Hello. Today we're going to look at using the LED that is on the board that is a part of your iDrone robot. So real quick to kind of show you what piece we're going to look at, because I'll reference this a few times throughout the video, is if we look at piece 4, which we have here labeled as shield, right underneath this 4 and yellow circle is actually where the LED is located. And so when I ask you to look at the board, I'm talking about this piece number 4, and we are going to use that just to kind of reference some pin numbers and things like that. So jumping over to our Arduino coding environment, the assumption here is that you've built the robot and that it is connected to your computer. So when I'm in Arduino, up under tools, just a quick reminder, make sure you have the board option set to Leonardo because we use the Arduino Leonardo board. And then if we want to be able to upload the code to the robot, we do need to, under port, select that Arduino Leonardo board. This option would go away if I unplugged my robot from my computer. Anyway, so looking at some of this code that we're going to start with just to test the LED sensor is up at the top, I've got 3 lines of code where I use the word define. And what I'm doing is I'm defining 3 variables so that I can keep track of which pins on that board that we want to access. And so if you actually look at your board from the top, you can see a lot of labels. You can see like A3, A5, D12, blue, 3 volt, ground, all these different labels on those pins on the board. And so when I have in my code here, when I have blue 10, red 13, and green 11, I'm actually specifying what pins are going to control the red, green, and blue LEDs. So for example, if we look at line green 11, and then we look at our board, GR is right next to D12 on our board. And so GR is actually the D11 pin. And so that's why I've used 11 to specify that green is going to be accessed through that pin. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting is the red and the green are actually misprinted on these boards. They're actually switched. So next to D12, we have blue when you're looking at the board from the top. But actually, that's going to be our red value. And then if we look at the other side of the board, next to D9, there's a label red, but that red is actually the blue pin. And so the board is labeled incorrectly, but we can still fully test and use our LED. So anyway, the 10, 13, and 11 are D10, D13, and D11 pins on our board to control that LED. Now this next section of code is our setup section. And what we're basically doing is we're going to set up those pins that we've defined, and we're going to set them to be output pins. And that makes sense because we are going to have them output, red, green, or blue light. So one thing you can do when you're looking through code, if you're using sample code or you find some code on the internet and you're not sure, the Arduino website has pretty good documentation where we could actually click on the Arduino website and just search the function that we're trying to understand. So for example, pin mode, it says, configures a specified pin to behave either as an input or an output. We are choosing to use it as an output. And then we can actually see some examples similar to what we see in my code. If we look at their example, they say pin mode 13, output. So they're setting pin 13 to be output. And if we actually look at our code, red is my pin 13. So instead of actually hard coding in 13, I'm actually labeling it as red just because it's easier for me to follow my code later. But keep in mind as we go through that the Arduino website's a really good resource. Now, after our initial setup, we're basically saying make our blue, green, and red pins output pins. That's all we're doing for our initial setup. And then down at the bottom, we have our loop. And when we actually run our code, this loop is just going to go forever and ever and ever until we turn off the on switch on our robot. So if you left your robot on, it would just run this code forever. So this first line of code I have here is analog write. And so once again, we could go to the Arduino website, and our analog write writes an analog value to a pin. We are writing an analog value to one of our 3 LED pins, and it says can be used to light an LED at varying brightness or drive a motor at various speeds. And then it goes into more details on how it works. Also notice if we look at the Leonardo board here, these pins are specified as pins that we would use for our analog write. And so we're using 10, 11, and 13, which we can see here. And so this is kind of a way to double check that we have things set up correctly. Looking back at our code, right now, I have my analog write, and I'm saying, hey, I want to write to the blue pin, and I want this value of 0. Now, 0 is not very interesting because 0 means that my LED will be off. My acceptable values are between 0 and 255. So if I ran my code here, not going to be that interesting. If I make this value 255, this is going to make my blue pin or my blue LED be as bright as possible. Then I'm running a delay function for 1,000 milliseconds. So we will have a 1-second delay. And then I have an analog write to my blue pin once again, and I set my value to 0. And then I have a delay for another second, or the reason why I have 1,000 there is 1,000 milliseconds. And so what this is going to do is it's going to have my blue light as bright as it can be, flashing once per second, because for 1 second it'll be max brightness, and then for 1 second it'll be turned off, and then it'll just repeat this over and over. So we would go ahead and click the verify button to compile our code. And then this arrow to the right is our upload button. And since I have my robot connected, I click that. I hear a few beeps from the computer. And then if you're looking at your bot now, you should just see a blue light flashing on and off. And it's just going to keep doing that as long as you're plugged into the computer. If I unplugged it from the computer, I would have to turn the on switch on for this code to run. Now, let's do a little bit of customization, and then you should have some time to work on your own. So let's say that we wanted to combine some colors, for example. We know that we can make different colors from red, green, and blue. So let's do an analog write, and let's actually bring in the red pin. So instead of saying blue as that first parameter, I'm picking red as my first parameter. And let's do a lower red value. And I'm actually going to go up here and change my blue value to be a little bit lower too. I find the colors mix a little bit better when I'm on lower values, just in a normally lit room. So I'm going to set my blue pin to a value of 30, my red pin to a value of 30. And because this is going to happen at the same time, we're going to see a combination of those two colors. So we click our check to verify and compile our code. We click the right arrow to upload. And now what we see, after waiting a couple seconds, is I'm getting a magenta color. But instead of being a magenta color and then flashing off, I'm actually seeing a magenta color and then red. And that's because my red pin is only being turned to 30 and it's never being turned off. So if I wanted it to flash magenta and then turn off again, I would actually need to come down here and set the value to red when I'm setting the value blue to, or sorry, set the value of red to 0 when I'm setting the value of blue to 0. And so now if I run that code and we upload it, looking at my board, I can see magenta and then it's turned off, and then magenta and then it's turned off. Now, let's say I wanted to change so that I'm mixing blue and green together instead. Instead of doing blue at 30 and red at 30, I could switch my pin to be the green pin, which is why we had that set up for the first 3 lines of code. And when we compile and upload this, we're mixing a blue and a green together. And so we get a kind of a light turquoise blue now. And then I could change intensities by saying, hey, like I want green to be a little bit more dominant in that color mixing. So let's pick a value. Since we can go between 0 and 255, let's pick 200. Let's compile and let's upload. And now I have a much more greenish blue color. Green is much brighter in that mixing. So And if we really wanted to, we could end up mixing all three colors together if I wanted to end up doing another analog write with red. But I think this is enough information to kind of get you experimenting and kind of seeing what you can do with that blue, red, and green LED. We've learned the delay function that you can specify how long to delay before running the next line of code. We have the analog write where we're setting our pin values to a value between 0 and 255, with 255 being the highest value and 0 being no value or off. And we kind of talked through some of the setup on using the pin mode to assign our pin for a certain function to a certain pin number. I think that's a good place to stop for today.